So Annex, can you hear us? You just and not respond? If so, wave your hand. Okay, no audio at all.
Yeah, so like if they unplug that mic in the middle and replug it in, is that, I don't know what else they could do, or if maybe just the audio is all down.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've never actually used the system in there myself.
Okay. I haven't had that happen though before.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing you always do. Doesn't work, you unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah.
Uh,
Huh.
Well, maybe that worked.
oh, look at that.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us, Bill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like not.
No.
We can
I
hear
was
you.
just looking for a headset.
I know, we're trying.
You can hear us?
You can hear us, but we can't hear you now.
Is he mute?
He's muted.
No, he's not muted. Bill, can you say something?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Yeah, he can't hear us
Yeah,
now.
we can't hear you now.
How about now? Say something?
Hello.
Hey,
Got you.
okay, I think we have success.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
unmute.
gosh.
Yeah, say sometimes if it fails from the IPS, I'll report that to Kevin. But you've got that as a backup if ever it happens again.
Okay, good to know.
Well, it was,
They may be needed on the right.
All right, thank you, Keith.
okay, so Carter needs to unmute.
All right, bye-bye.
Sarah needs to unmute. Russ.
Guys hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear us?
yes,
Oh,
we
have Carter,
can.
We have Russ. Great. That was fun.
Yeah.
We need to order now.
Uh,
Okay,
Okay, I call this planning board meeting to order.
is it recording?
Are we recording?
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, first order of business, would be to, approve the draft minutes from November 18th. Do you have anything? I don't have any changes.
Nothing for me. A motion to accept the minutes as written?
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. So, Russ, how do you vote?
Yes.
Carter, how do you vote?
Yes.
Bill, how do you vote?
Yes.
Matt, how do you? Yes. I vote yes.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. I didn't forget you, did I?
I think so.
Okay. Good. Minutes approved. Invitation for public comment. We don't have anybody here. Do we have anybody on Zoom? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. New business work session 2026 zoning amendments. Christine, I guess I'll let you.
Sure. So, I think we're good on so we need to post for the hearing. So there were some recommendations on the workforce housing and PRD. We haven't heard back on the solar yet. And then we have that other grouping of ones that were legislative updates, which were reviewed back in September and approved by legal. The only one that I'm not sure that she looked at, because it was in that separate document, was the change for ADUs in PRDs to limit it to one ADU in a PRD. So I'm not sure if she's looked at that yet. And she's out of town.
What page was that on?
That was in the proposed warrant, the draft warrant language.
Yeah,
It's the first one.
very first page.
No. I'm looking at a different, maybe my pages are out of order. Or she updated them, actually. It was in the new version.
That was on page one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on page one. I just have an old version
Yep,
because I didn't print it.
a maximum of one.
This is the one,
Yeah.
just printed that.
Yep, so it is on page one. And it's
Maximum of one.
7A.9. Yep, rented, and she added rented or leased land, crossed out manufactured housing because that's not in compliance with the state law. And one accessory dwelling unit, either attached or detached, permitted per single family dwelling. So at this point, I think we leave that in, but we don't have advice from legal on that one. And it's the same, more or less, for the detached language. Yep, and it still, includes the language on if it's multiple single family dwellings attached, such as townhouses, they're not permitted.
Rented lease land, yeah.
Yep. So I think we probably want to look,
Where is this rented or leased land?
it's on the first
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah,
7B,
yeah,
90.
It's on both attached and detached.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we, again, because we're talking about condos as well, rented, leased, or common land? Should that be specified in there?
I'm feeling like in the definitions that was covered. I don't know if, Sarah, if you remember that in the new definitions that they put out, that's in that other language. A residential unit, the definition of accessory dwelling unit is a residential living unit that is located on a lot containing a single family dwelling that provides independent living facilities for one or more persons, including provisions for sleeping, eating, cooking, and sanitation on the same parcel of land as the principal dwelling unit it accompanies.
So what is the question? Do we need to specify that you couldn't have an ADU, or you couldn't have more than one ADU if it was a single family detached condo?
Right, because the land would then be common land, correct?
So you can't develop common
Right,
land.
you can't develop common land. Okay,
Yeah, so
all right,
I think we're covered.
okay.
Is there a choice there? We have that it's like attached or detached. Does it have to be specified like that, or can it be restricted to just attached?
It can no longer be restricted the way the statute has been revised.
So it has to be just a maximum of one, either attached or detached. Okay.
Correct.
But you can't have both
Right, in a PRD.
in a PRD.
Right.
Yeah, and if there's an HOA, they could probably, I don't know if that'd be legal. I don't
Yeah.
want to say.
Right.
But yeah, that's,
Well, I was
We
just considering that, if maybe there should be wording in there unless approved by the HOA.
I think that's up to the HOA. I feel like that could get messy for us.
Well, as long as they have the ability.
Sarah, do we even know if that's legal?
For an HOA to limit or allow
Hmm,
a different amount of ADUs than the town permits.
yeah.
I do believe I found some examples of HOAs being able to limit it to one, or maybe they could limit it. I think the HOA may be allowed to establish if it's attached or detached, but they couldn't allow more flexible provisions than the base zoning or, the PRD zoning would allow.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
So the zoning would have to give them the authority to choose if we wanted
Yes.
to do that.
Yes.
So in your interpretation, then, we actually could have it say, unless the HOA allows. And that wouldn't be overstepping the statute. State law.
I think it keeps it more simple to not invite language that's specific to HOAs in
Okay.
this and see how it plays out and if it needs to be tailored, because this doesn't allow enough flexibility or is not restrictive enough. I would revisit it after you see how this actually works out in practice. Because all this is really intended to do is to exactly follow the statute in PRDs. Because what you guys are allowing elsewhere in the community is more flexible than what the statute demands.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, and as I said at that, I'm not sure that that language has been reviewed by our town council at this point, so we'll see what she says about that specifically, because it wasn't in the PRD in the workforce housing, and that's all that she sent back at this point. So before we dig in maybe to the others, let me just remind everybody of what the other ones are. Is that helpful?
Yep.
So there's the definitions, so which I just read, the one accessory dwelling unit, and then there's two new ones, one that defines attached and detached. And do you want me to read them out, or? I don't
Yeah,
know if
Yeah.
Attached unit is a unit that is within or physically connected to the principal dwelling unit or completely contained within a pre-existing detached structure.
okay, where are we now?
This, I don't think I've sent, this was from September, so I don't
okay.
think you've seen this
Okay,
in a while.
all right.
The other definition was detached unit, and that is a unit that is neither within nor physically connected to the principal dwelling unit nor completely contained within a pre-existing detached structure. So I'll resend this after the
So
meeting.
these are just definitions of,
These are definitions that
Attached.
came out of House Bill 577. And they are in effect, I believe, already. So the other one, next one was for the off-street parking. This was Senate Bill 284. And it's Article 4, General Provisions, Section 4, off-street parking and our zoning. And each new dwelling unit shall provide a suitable parking space for at least one vehicle, garage and driveway included. And that's the Senate bill, and I wouldn't be surprised if that changes back next year, but Yeah, there it is. Good job.
You do have it.
The next one is, the section 7A attached accessory dwelling units. And it was just updating 7A.6 to say one vehicle for parking is required, one parking for one vehicle is required instead of two. And then we are removing 7A.75, which is an interior door shall be provided between the principal dwelling unit and the accessory dwelling unit, but it is not required that it remained unlocked. And that is in response to the House Bill 577 and Senate Bill 284. So one is parking, the other is the ADU bill. And then 7.9 we just talked about, that was for the maximum of one in a PRD. And then the same ones in 7B, which was detached accessory dwelling units, revising to parking for one vehicle, and then same language about limiting it to one ADU in a PRD. And that's it for those. And then the next one is on the inspections, section 7, that's Article 8, administration. And this is just adding that phrase or an approved agency. So it shall be the duty of the code enforcement officer or an approved agency pursuant to RSA 155A:7-A, lowercase a, and that is in response to Senate Bill 188. That's already in effect as well as of July. And then the last one is just cleaning up and then removing the former RSA related to building code and fire code enforcement, section 8, article 8. The town of Temple pursuant to RSA 155A. So it's no longer in the 674s, which are the ones that apply to planning boards. Hereby adopts enforcement of the New Hampshire State Building Code, as well as all codes currently adopted by the State of New Hampshire Fire Marshal's Office, and as contained in Chapter SAF-C 6000 State Fire Code. And that's House Bill 428. So those are the ones that we more or less have to do. Well, except for that language around limiting ADUs in a PRD. Everybody good on those?
Yep.
So then do we want to move on to the PRD?
Sure.
Legal review? There really wasn't much that she commented on.
There's no legal review that we're on to.
Oh, Kathy says she's still in the waiting room. I think if you go down to participants.
Yeah.
Right there.
Over on participants, yep, right there. Yep, admit.
We have her?
Yep, she's there. She's muted.
You're in, Kathy?
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's all right. Glad it's working.
We just didn't want the minute taker to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Glad to hear your voice.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Give a shout out if you can't hear what somebody's saying. Also, she asked that we just really speak clearly, and hopefully she can pick it up.
So PRDs.
PRDs. So there was no comments on page 1. I don't think there was anything on page 2.
It was mainly page 5, wasn't it?
There's nothing till page, hold on. 6.
I was going to say, is it 5 or 6?
I had 5.
What did you have on 5?
All seems, all this was struck right here.
Yeah,
Page 5, number 5.
All the blue stuff.
minimum lot size starts that paragraph.
That's one, that's the
And
one.
so then is her comment, has the town not adopted RSA? I can't read it, my
Well, that's down farther. That's on, yeah,
farther.
yeah, RSA 4114A.
Yep. So maybe, Sarah, maybe you can comment. Was that something you crossed out or something that are,
Number 5 on page 5 is not something that I crossed out. That was part of the legal review.
okay,
I thought.
yeah,
Oh, I see. It's edited. It's not entirely crossed out.
yeah, I don't see a
But she
comment.
didn't, yeah, she didn't comment on that one.
And it looks like she's just tidying up
Yes,
what it
this,
already says.
Yeah,
yes, and I think this is in response to the trouble we ran into with Randy's PRD. Because this
yes,
related to the waiver for town responsibility for municipal services in a form acceptable to town council. And that's what got us into that mess with Randy's PRD. So she's just adding that since we're updating the PRD already. She's cleaning that up.
right. Basically saying it has to be on the recorded plan and in the recorded HOA documents
Yep,
with the waiver of responsibility. Okay.
yep. So that's what that is. Sorry, I think I missed that last time.
Yep.
Okay, then on page 6, we run into the comments. And I don't know if you know the answer to this, Bill, if RSA 4114A has been adopted.
I don't know, but I suspect we did, given we have an active Concom.
Mhm.
But I don't know for sure.
So we may not need that language, I think is her
Right.
comment. Is there any questions? Should we strike that? What's the
Handle it as a town meeting.
Mhm.
I think we should just confirm that that is true and then strike it if it is.
Yeah.
Bill, is that something you can find out?
I can certainly try. It might require a search back through the years and minutes, but I would think Concom might know. Not sure who else would. But I'll look into it.
I wonder if we can cite the RSA if we can't find out the answer.
Yeah, sure. We can always say subject to RSA 4114A and just
Okay.
go with that.
So see what you can find out.
Okay.
This is F and G, right? Stand. Okay. And then good timber stand, she said, should this be best management practices?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an easy one. Is there who comes out with best management practices?
The UNH
UNH
cooperative.
Yeah.
Be more specific. Okay. And then next, we go on to page 7. And this is about tree cutting approval. number 7.
By the way, Concom does not have a group email, nor do they list any emails. If anybody has Scott Hecker's email, would you send it to me, please?
There is
Kathy,
a templeconcom@gmail.com.
that's not one of our normal ones, but I can try that.
That is true.
Mhm.
Temple Concom.
Yep, at Gmail.
Okay.
So the sentence in question is no cutting of timber or brush or pruning of trees will be allowed in the buffer zone for any reason without approval from the planning board. So what she's saying is we don't have authority over cutting.
Right.
I think that's not the intent though, right? Aren't we saying like, maybe we could approve a smaller buffer? And that would be the approval that would go along with, say, a plan or something.
Okay.
I don't know how we,
Right. Does it have to do with like, right? Because they're not going to come back to us and ask us this question. It's
Right.
more of like during the plan, right? Is that what you're saying, Russ?
yeah,
Yeah. So
So
maybe it's just,
say during site plan during subdivision approval, subdivision application
without
process.
approval from the planning board during subdivision review.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Is that it? That's it?
Mm,
Is that it?
looks
Yep.
like it.
That's it. Okay.
On to workforce housing.
Just housing.
Well, more comments here. Oh, a few more.
So it looks like on that first, under purpose, number 4, that cross out, that was Laura.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Are these coming from the attached documents in the email with
They're-
today's agenda? Because I'm not
It's-
seeing a cross out on mine.
Really? It's on the Dropbox? Are you in the Dropbox?
No, I pulled it off of the email. It was attached to the
Yeah,
email.
I found it in one of the emails, though. I didn't get it off the Dropbox, and I got
Right.
it.
I got it on one of the emails too. The latest one that Kathy sent out, I believe.
Correct. And in yours, under workforce housing, under 4, do you see a cross out? Because I don't have any cross out on mine.
It might be if you're not like looking at the Word version of it that
Oh,
it
yeah.
shows up. It doesn't show up. I had that problem before.
So
Yes, I see 2 on the first page under B authority.
So under A, I'll just read it out, number 4.
Okay.
To comply with the requirements of SB 342. She's got from SB 342 crossed out all the way to that last workforce housing. And
Yep.
cites instead RSA 674:58-61.
Mhm.
In the course of implementing this article, the town of Temple has considered the region's affordable housing needs. So it's to comply with RSA 674, and that Senate bill is probably old because it doesn't say what year that Senate bill was.
Yeah.
So it's probably just outdated.
Okay.
And then down to authority. Conversation error, so
Yeah, that's RSA 74-2. It has something to do with tax inventory and the listing of property. I just looked that up.
74,
21.
oh, 21 or down, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It's as, it says intended as inclusionary zoning provision as defined in RSA 674:2, and then there's like a funky character. Doesn't
Yeah.
look like a number one.
Oh, right.
And then there's an and 74.21
It's,
NA. That's what she struck.
I think it's typos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, is that something you want to check?
That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find the existing ordinance right now in my files.
Okay.
Yeah, it says under authority, it says 674:21 parentheses N parentheses lowercase a. So there's a 6 missing from there.
Ah, okay.
So should it be 674:21
Yes.
O and then K, or is that an I? It's probably an I.
Um,
The first one before that.
That's
it's an I and then a K.
Yeah, IK, and then the next one is N and A.
Yeah, okay. And then as well as RSA 672:1, that's 3 uppercase.
Yours is showing 1 lowercase
Yeah.
I, lowercase L. Well, I'm assuming 2 lowercase L's dash lowercase E.
Right, and she has changed it to capital 3 capital I's dash E.
So we'll just confirm those are the correct RSAs.
Yeah.
And she also struck a whole bunch of text below that.
I don't see stuff
If you
struck
click
out.
on her comment, it highlights that whole section right after it.
Right,
Yeah, it says you don't have to have this in the ordinance.
right. You do not really need to have this in the ordinance. Too verbose, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah. So do we want to scratch that?
Yeah.
Okay,
All that, the whole program right there, gone.
yep. And then the next section C, that's something you crossed out, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, as a conditional use, and then the PRD, okay. I don't see any other comments.
Her next comments are, oh jeepers, the pages aren't numbered.
No, way down.
Page 3.
Is it E?
E4.
Yes.
E4.
Yep. Yeah, she's struck municipal action to the Superior Court. And then kept RSA 674:61 and struck or RSA 676:5 ILL seeking permission to develop the proposed workforce housing. Oh, she inserted after may appeal the decision pursuant to RSA
Yeah.
RSA 674:61. Yeah,
And then
Yep.
got rid of the rest.
right,
Yep.
right.
So we're okay with that?
Yeah.
And then it looks like just another correction under definitions, reasonable and realistic opportunities.
Yeah, just pursuant to instead of this chapter,
Yep.
just reference the RSA.
Yep.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, then down to another definition, workforce housing owner occupied. She struck metropolitan area or county and put in Southwest New Hampshire region.
Yeah, made it where we are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but that one's also a little bit tricky because the way that those are listed are by county or metro area. There isn't anything listed for Southwest New Hampshire region.
That's true.
And what is accurate for Temple is not the same as what's accurate for Stoddard, for example. And I don't know if that matters to you guys, but I think it's worth just considering because it's not the same number. That would mean that the AMI levels for Cheshire County would be applicable in Temple.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like
Right.
Winchester and Hinsdale.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, do we want to be specific then about where we're
Well,
included? Because we're in
Hillsborough County.
Hillsborough
Right.
County, but it's not the Manchester Nashua part. There's another
Right.
name.
Yeah,
Right.
there is another name for it. It is, had it open earlier. Let me just find it.
This
Yeah,
is
the
Hutchins, right?
civilized part of Hillsborough County. Is that what it is?
That's debatable.
It just says
That's true.
Hillsborough County, New Hampshire, parentheses part, because it has a separate one that is Nashua and a separate one that is Manchester. And
Okay.
so I think that's just pulling Nashua out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the Peterborough part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So we'll do we want to just change it to what HUD refers to us as? Rather than Southwest New Hampshire region, or do we want to keep metropolitan area or county?
I think you could just leave it as is in my opinion, for whatever that's worth, because that is accurate enough. And if HUD changes how it designates its regions, you're still covered because you haven't been overly specific.
Right.
okay.
That makes sense.
So leave it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then she added this: housing developments that exclude minor children for more than 20% of the units, or in which more than 50% of the dwelling units have fewer than 2 bedrooms, shall not constitute workforce housing for the purposes of this section.
I'd say that's a great addition.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then the next paragraph, same, she
Same
changed,
region. Yeah.
yeah, same to keep as is,
And that keeps going down the next one too.
AMI as well. Yep. Okay. I don't see anything on the next page except maybe a correction under affordability number 2. The
This is a
CPI.
typo.
I don't have anything on mine.
The initials were CP for Consumer Price Index, and she just added the I.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. It's a hard one to spot.
Then down to administration compliance and monitoring, number 3, annual report. Is this actually happening? Well, we don't have any workforce housing, so the answer is no.
Well, she's not saying to take it out, so
In this case, though, what is the monitoring authority? Like what?
that's a good question.
I believe per RSA, it's the planning board. Unless we designate someone else to do it, which we can. There could, some towns have like a housing authority,
Yeah, yeah. A housing board, yeah.
housing board.
I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, we don't have any, so there was been no need.
Well, as long as it is defined in the RSA's, that's fine.
Yeah, I wonder if we should just cite the RSA in that one. 'Cause there's a question. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, we should cite the RSA if there is one that
Yeah.
that's coming from. Also up above, the numbering in this section is funny.
Oh,
on
yeah.
mine.
Oh, yes, it is. It's screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
1-1.
1-1.
Okay,
What was next?
so I think that's it as for, other than the solar, which we can talk about in a second, but so the next steps would be I had drafted a notice for the ledger, and I told them I sent it to them and said, for placeholder purposes, here's what we're considering. And so they'll save a space for us. So I don't know if anybody had any input on that language in that draft notice. Sarah, did you see that? Did I send that to you?
We did, and I looked it over, and nothing jumped out at me as needing to be changed.
My only thing is it's long, and that means it's going to be expensive. But I don't know. I don't want to not give people the information.
Say what other options?
I mean, I tried just bulleting them, and that just looked overwhelming. Sarah had drafted the PRD and workforce housing paragraphs, which I thought were really good. So I just tried to condense the others.
Where is that? I'm not seeing the draft. Am I missing it?
I sent it today.
Today? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look for that.
One thing you could do if you want to make it shorter for the paper is just, do like you do with the bullets and get rid of all of the narrative that I've put together for the workforce housing and the PRD, and just say Article 4, Section 19, Plan Residential Development, and direct them to the website that
Yes.
shows, the full language, because then you can lose a lot of words there and make it a much less expensive notice. And then if you want to keep this as the notice that you have posted around town.
Yeah, that's usually what I do is I have a more detailed one that I post around town and then make it simple as possible for the newspaper.
Yeah, because you already are directing people to the website.
What does everyone else think?
I agree with that.
You've already got bullets up above anyways.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I can make that shorter then. And what about the solar one? I mean, that's pretty short, but I could just say we're proposing an adoption of the solar energy system zoning ordinance and just leave it at that. Okay, I can make that a lot shorter then. Okay. I think I sent the updated solar, it just was based on our conversation at our last meeting. Did it look like everything that we had talked about, or did you have time to look at it over? Okay. Well, I mean, we haven't gotten back legal review on that yet anyway.
I stopped when I saw that, I stopped.
Yeah, so we can wait to go over that in more detail, but if you can see anything that I missed, feel free to email me between now and the hearing, but I'll just post that as is for now, and we can make any changes if we need to.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Okay. So the other thing I wanted to just mention is I think I said this to Bruce before everybody came on, is that Laura Spector Morgan, who's our town council, said she would help us with organizing these for ballot questions. And I don't know if you all know, but we've run into an issue in the past. The system that Carol uses to add them in for the official ballot limits the number of words you can put in. So the ballot questions will be a lot shorter than what we're putting out for people to review. And as long as we have the full language available on voting day and obviously on the website and posted around town, then we're covered. So it will look different on the ballot than what we're presenting at the hearing. Just
That's a good thing.
yeah, well, yes and no, as long as
Yeah.
people know what they're voting on. I mean, that's
When you said be available at the
It'll-
day of voting. It'll be
yeah,
in-
Yep.
In what format, where,
on the town website,
yep,
PDFs of everything.
And a copy available at,
And printed copies at the office, printed
Yeah.
copies at the store, and then in the town hall.
yep,
Yeah, and sometimes in years past, I've stood outside on voting day in case
Yeah.
people have questions. I think maybe one or two
Yeah.
people asked questions.
right.
yeah, I don't see that it's, I think the moderator should allow people to be able to bring that paperwork in with them into the booth. I think I did back when I was moderator. 'Cause it's not election year, you're not,
Yeah,
it's just actually the full document.
right, that's all.
People want to take the time to bring that in, and read it, then they'll be in it all the time, but they,
Right,
probably be better if they actually sat in the car or sat in a
Right.
chair and read it. Or
Read it ahead.
Yeah, read it at a time, but,
It's not like Temple has a long line.
well, yeah, well, not unless it's a presidential election.
yeah. And then the only thing that we put on is planning board recommends, and then if there's a vote, numbers. But we don't put anything like to try to sway somebody's opinion one way or the other. It's just, here's what we're proposing. So,
I think copies available.
Yep.
Voting is huge.
and I think, I know it was last year, the year before, I was at candidates night too, and somebody had a question, so I don't know. We can be available, and then the budget hearing, sometimes people will ask questions, but that's not what that's for. We'll have our hearing separately. Everybody good with all this?
Yep.
We'll post everything by Thursday and have the hearing on the 16th. And then if we make any changes, substantive changes, then we have a second hearing in
In
January.
January.
Do you guys want me there in person for the hearing on the 16th?
I think it would be helpful. I haven't looked at the budget lately, Sarah, but I think we're okay budget wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we are.
So, yeah, it's as long as the weather is decent,
Okay, that is what's on my mind.
then I would say yes, personally.
Yes, I'll plan to be there provided it is not snowing.
Great.
And I'll have the December narrative for reporting to you by the end of the week.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
Mhm.
All
All right.
right.
Yeah.
So then we're good on those two things.
We're waiting on, so old business, we're waiting on Randy's, the state to get back to us for his subdivisions before we can file anything. Russ, you have the new Mylar down at the office,
Yep,
so we just.
that's all. Everything's down there waiting for signatures again.
Yeah, did Pete sign the other one that's down there? You
No,
know?
nope.
Okay,
I checked. He hasn't signed those, and I emailed him too, and he hasn't gotten back to me.
all right, I'll call him. So Jim and I both have to get down there to sign the new one.
Yep, and Pete has to sign both.
Sign the old one and the new one, and then somebody needs to run the newly properly signed one down to the registry.
Is the registry gonna charge again
Uh,
to record?
Yeah,
Still have checks for that, right?
No,
Oh, the correction.
correction.
yeah, boy,
It's a good question.
they'll charge you because it's not like they're gonna replace one from the other. There's just gonna be two Mylars now.
So they will charge,
yeah,
and that's our mistake.
well, it's on us.
So, I think there was one time that Keith had to bring something and they charged more than what we expected and he paid and then got reimbursed.
They're reimbursed, yeah.
So whoever brings it can just make sure you get a receipt and,
Well, I can't, I don't have time the next couple of days to bring it, and I'm gonna be gone next week away, so. I mean, I find a way to do it when I get back, but if one of you guys, or somebody else,
Go.
Nashua.
just Main Street, Nashua, basically, is the registry.
I'll be anything there. Just need to know where exactly.
Yeah,
Ready.
I
Yeah.
will coordinate.
Okay.
But I gotta get down there and sign
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Pete's gotta get down there and sign
yeah.
it,
So
so,
I guess.
yeah,
Can't do it until they.
so it's still signed, right?
Oh, Jim's gonna sign too.
We both got
Yeah.
the sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Send me an email reminding me.
Yeah. And then,
Or you can send me an email.
nothing new on all-purpose. Haven't heard anything on that, so as far as that of the webinar.
Yeah, I have a note on that actually, because I talked to Laura about that at the New Hampshire Municipal Conference. And what she said basically is we could put an asterisk in our zoning and put a note saying, that it's conflicts with the RSA and the RSA says that it's 2 years. And then next year update the zoning ordinance. Just like we did with the petition warrant article that conflicted with the state RSA. So it's not changing the zoning, it's just putting a note. So,
So how does that happen?
well, I mean, we could do it now, or we can wait until we do all the other updates after March.
After March, wait, okay.
I-
But basically, we know that they're by state law, they have till May 21st.
Yes,
And I don't, the zoning board is going through, I don't know what's happening
right,
with that board, so.
right.
Cause I feel like they're the ones that should be writing a letter.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Right,
Yes.
Bill? Yeah,
Yeah. Yep, so,
what about, anything else, training or anything that you, webinars and training sessions?
the only other thing was the tax maps. I also talked to, CAI was at the conference as well, and I said, can we launch? Have those corrections been made? And we looked them up and they have been made, so it should be good to go. And I drafted a notice to an e-blast to go out to Temple residents. And I sent that, I think I sent you a copy of that a while ago, and then I sent one to Russ today to check, and I think that looks okay. If anybody wants to see it before it goes out, let me know. And it will just direct people to the site, and it lets them know that we know there's gonna be inconsistencies that we, come up with, we see all the time. The tax maps aren't the same as the tax card or a survey, when we get an application. So I asked people to let us know if they find a discrepancy, and to please give us the deed information, the plan number or book and page at the Registry of Deeds, so we can match them up. So we're not just making changes without.
Now, did you say that you possibly could have some sort of, training?
Yeah.
As a planning board,
Yeah,
maybe one to come in and
I think it would be a good idea to do some
have a
sort of
session?
demo and then record it so people can see.
Hmm,
I asked them, can we share your tutorial? And they said they don't typically do that,
Yeah.
but because I didn't find it
we
intuitive.
don't know how to use the tool. Can't expect the citizen to know how to use it. So
Right.
we should all really know how to use it.
So I think we should invite them to come in and give us a
That
tutorial.
would be great.
Unless, Russ,
Well-
you feel confident doing it, because you use it all the time.
Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if if they want to charge us or something, or they don't feel like they should because this is their product, I can do it because I use it every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what would we do? Just all come in with our laptops that
Yeah.
works
Yeah.
yeah,
and just have okay. That sounds like fun, actually.
yeah. Maybe the first meeting in January.
Yeah, if we don't have to do a hearing.
Yeah, or we can wait and do it after the second hearing.
Yeah.
Because we probably won't have that much
Well,
on.
Kathy, can you put that on, like on the agenda, but not just so we won't forget,
Yeah.
Maybe under new business.
under new business to, yeah.
Also, send a notice to our webmaster with the link when it goes live.
Yeah, it is live now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been using it for a while.
Yeah, we just haven't posted anything about it because I was waiting for those corrections to be made.
There's no link on the town website.
There's not
So,
yet. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I, drafted a notice to let people know, and then, it'll be an e-blast, so it'll be under news, but I also would recommend that we put it on the planning board page and the tax maps page.
Yeah.
The only thing I might do with your notice is maybe just take away the part that says beta.
Okay,
It's not really a beta version. It's, it's just, this is the version. And we know there's mistakes on it because it's not a survey of the whole town.
right, okay. Yep, I can do that.
All right, anybody else have anything?
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, sorry. I just, is Sarah still, so Sarah's still on. I just wondered, at the next meeting, when we present the zoning stuff, is everyone relying on me to present it, or can we divvy up who's presenting what and take turns talking? How do you want to do that at the hearing?
You've been so good at it, Christine.
Yeah, it's a curse.
Yeah.
So no volunteers, is
Well-
that what I'm hearing? I mean, I think it's nice if it doesn't look like it's all one person has done all the work.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the amendment?
Talking about the PO, somebody talking
Yeah.
about PRDs.
Yeah, just
Somebody talking
an
about workforce
introduction.
housing.
Yeah, solar and then the legislative. So there's
Yeah.
4.
Well, I mean, if we take what Sarah's done a lot of spell things out in ABC form,
Mhm.
so you literally plagiarize some of the stuff that
Yeah,
that she said.
yeah, the cheat sheet.
Yeah, right,
kind
pretty
of.
much a cheat sheet, yeah,
Yeah.
so. I guess I'm gonna be gone for a week.
Yeah, you're gonna be
I'm-
not looking
I'm not
at
getting
it
back to
between.
it. Yeah, I know, that's the problem, so I would probably normally do it. I mean, I try one of them, work
Yeah.
for PRD.
Yeah, Christine, I'll help you out with some of it
Great,
if you need it.
okay,
The solar, I mean, that's kind of more in Jim's
yep.
wheelhouse, but
I'm happy to do the legislative stuff. That's the easy part, right?
for you.
And then maybe we'll just tag team on the others, on the PRD and workforce housing.
Yeah.
With the cheat sheets.
Christine, do you want my role to be mainly just to be standby and answering questions?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think, that's my opinion. I don't know what others feel.
My guess would be based on the turnout at the forums. And just from what we hear around town, or don't hear. If we get 10 people, I'll be the week before Christmas. A hearing,
Yeah, it's gonna be lightly attended.
my guess would be that, it would be great if there was 50 people, but I bet you there'd be maybe not even a dozen. So it's just my guess. Like I said before, the town either already all knows they're gonna vote no and they're not saying anything to us, or they're trusting us as much as their duly elected officials and all the hard work we've been doing for years now on this housing issue, that they're all on board and, we're representing them and they're gonna vote yes. And so they're not coming to voice their opinion because they're okay with what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll probably see the people that had concerns about the ADUs.
Yeah.
That's a big concern.
Maybe the workforce housing overlay.
That one too, yeah,
Deal with it.
yeah.
So there might be a few, but.
Yeah.
I think we'll.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah, you'll be a big help for sure.
Or I might be totally silent because you guys got this. You know it inside out and backwards now.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not getting paid to do it. You are.
I'll have your backs. I will be there
Mhm.
on the 16th. It's the 16th, right? Not the
Yes.
17th. Okay. Yeah. 17th is New Ipswich.
Okay, 16. Make sure it's on the calendar.
Okay,
good. All right. Well, thank you, Sarah, for joining us, and all the rest of you guys, Kathy and Russ and Carter and Bill. Matt had a motion.
second.
All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Good night, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Right.
Night.
Christine, I thought you wouldn't go out in the snow.
Greg drove me.
Oh, I gotta come get you.
I just texted him. Be on it.
And
So
by the
long.
way, I am gonna go on a deep sea fishing trip when I'm in St. Lucia with Ben Fisk.
God.
So if we get shot
Oh,
down like because we are close to Venezuela down there.
Yeah, don't go out in the ocean in any boats, by the
Yeah.
way.
yeah,
Just so
make
you know,
sure
Ben and I weren't doing anything bad. If we get shot, it's gonna be definitely a mistake.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah,
Night.
Good night.
Yeah. Things go crazy. I know, the ships are down there. We're gonna.
Well, flip, the switch is gonna flip.
It could flip while we're on our way there Saturday.
Something's gonna get.
yeah.
So is that all cleared up now? Is that?
Well, have a great time. I'll be interested in hearing how it's changed in the 30-something years.